Hi everybody, Brian from Bearable Traders here. September 10th, it is a Monday. We had a good day in the room today. I had just going to go over a couple trades I did. One was with Twitter, another one with Square, both on my watch list. And I could see Twitter at the open. I was watching it just because, I was just doing a little bit of research on it on the weekend. I thought it was going to be weak. Some of the other analysts and people were talking about it being weak, so I kind of had it in my watch list just to watch. And sure enough, just before the open, it started selling off here. And then as I watched it into the open, it really started to sell off. So I took an entry a little bit before this 5 minute mark, which is where we typically wait. And really, if I'd have waited, I would have got a better entry on this. I think I got in at 30.27 and it popped back up, and I almost got stopped out. I would have got stopped out if it had gone above the VWAP, but these one doji candle sort of kept me in it, and then and then it would look a little dicey. But then we had another doji candle here, and I kind of thought at that point, yeah, it looked weaker. So covered some at 30, just above 30, and covered the rest just below 30 as it dipped below here. And then it had a real whip back here, bounce. Did not play that, but again, I was watching it later in the session, and you can kind of see here it starts making lower highs, lower high, lower high, and keeps dropping below VWAP, bouncing back, but every time it's making a lower high. So I was watching this setup, and I thought it's looking really weak. It's probably going to go short again. Someone else had actually mentioned it in the room just as I was sort of watching it in this area here, as looked like it was setting up for short. Sorry, I don't remember who it was, but it was a good call as well on that. And so got short again, 30.23, and then just covered some 30.14, and just back around 30 again when it dropped down there. And that was the two trades I did on Twitter. Unfortunately, it didn't have a lot of follow through, but I really didn't think it was going to get back down to that level. So the other trade I did in the room today was Square. Square was weak at the open too. I guess a lot of the stocks were weak at the open, but it started selling off. We had one wave of sell-off, two waves of sell-off, third wave down, and this is my typical can't keep a good stock down. Square's been strong, and so I thought it's had three waves of selling. I was watching it here, pretty extended from the VWAP, and I thought it's due for a bounce. So I took an entry just after this first candle, like it looked like it was gonna at least stall here, and took an entry. So my stop would have been dropping below this. But I got an entry in around here at 88.10, and then it just it ripped higher. I don't know if I got lucky on this, but I got out over 89, so I got a buck on that trade, which was a really nice trade on that. But then I held it because I thought it was going to go through the VWAP, but it obviously didn't here, and so I ended up getting stopped out of the rest around 88.50. I kind of felt like, okay, this isn't sustainable. So second trade we did on Square, Andrew did it as well. He and I are both trading on this double bottom. So again, got back in around 88 here, and traded it back up to sort of the mid 80s, and I stopped out when it sort of stalled here. 88.40, 88.50 was where I bailed on it. But I got a good entry here just under 88, so that was the second trade I did. Eventually it managed to make its way back up through the VWAP, but awful lot of chop here, and I really didn't want to hold it through all this chop. I've noticed Square does that. Sometimes it'll bounce on its bounce. It takes a long time to resolve to the upside, so you get a lot of chop in here. So just thinking about that now. Anyway, yeah, good double bottom play here. Defined risk on your stop would have been either this low or this low, depending on how conservative you wanted to be. But anyway, that turned out to be not a bad trade either. So that was it. And Andrew did some trades on Fred, and he had some other trades in the room. But yeah, overall, pretty good day. We'll see you in the room tomorrow, everybody. Have a good night. Bye for now.